Hey, this is Christina from Loam and my dog Huck, who decides that he wants to be in the video. So we're here today to talk about 5 skincare tips for dewy skin naturally. So we're talking about how do we get skin that is naturally dewy, not just skin that's dewy because of the makeup that we've applied. So we'll talk about dewy skin with makeup on another day, but today it's all about the natural. And there are essentially 5, maybe 6 tips for how to get dewy skin naturally. So the first thing you want to think about is a great cleanser. You can have a water-based cleanser or an oil-based cleanser. They both do good things in different ways depending on your skin type. So you're going to want to find the one that's best for your skin type. I prefer an oil-based cleanser, but that is just because I like the fact that it's giving a little bit of moisture while also sort of taking off the makeup and giving an all-over healthy tone to my skin. The next thing you're going to want to think about is exfoliating. You do not want to exfoliate every day. You want to exfoliate a couple of times a week. What does exfoliation do? Exfoliation helps you to take off the dead skin cells on your skin. And why is that important? When you remove the dead skin cells, the light refracts better on your skin. So that means that as light comes in from the sun or a lamp or an outside source, it bounces off your skin. When you have dead skin cells, the light dulls before it bounces back off, which is the opposite of that sort of glowing, dewy look that we want. The thing to do after cleansing, after exfoliation, is you want to use a toner on your skin. So when you put on a toner, what it's doing is it's tightening your pores. When those pores are tightened, they also better refract the light. So the smaller your pore is, the more of a glassy surface it is. Glassy is a K-beauty term to describe your skin. It essentially means the same thing as dewy. When you have that glassy, smooth skin, the light pops off better. It's the same thing as you think about a shiny, sort of beautiful surface. Think about marble, like a shiny marble. The light bounces right off of it. But like a dull, flat marble or a concrete, the light doesn't bounce, right? It gets sucked back into that surface. The same is true of your skin, of whether it's toned and tight or whether it's sort of dull and flat is going to be the difference between the light refracting. The next thing you want to do is moisturize. So what does a moisturizer do? A moisturizer temporarily improves the texture of your skin. So it makes it softer. It can make it a little bit more plump depending on the active ingredients. And that softer texture is also better for refracting the light. And so you're going to want to go in that order. Then you're going to want to layer on an SPF because everyone's skin, to improve it over the long term, we want to make sure that we have an SPF product. And then finally, we say that the 6th and sort of final tip to dewy skin is to make sure that you indulge it from time to time. So indulging your skin means making those monthly appointments for facials, doing things like weekly skin masks or a couple times a week, going to a dermatologist and trying out sort of the different treatments, the different options you have to make sure that what you're doing is you're improving the health of your skin over time and having healthy skin that's good for the long term. One of the reasons that people do a lot of cosmetics procedures later in life is because they haven't taken care of their skin all along. You can have the dewy red carpet skin you want today and that same skin 10 years from now if you follow these steps on a weekly basis.